So yesterday, I was trying to leave the flat and go meet some friends, but I had a bit of a problem. I couldn't find my car keys anywhere. Babe, you see my car keys? Nah, I've looked high and low for them, but I can't find them anywhere. In my pocket? Yep. Did you notice there? I used the phrase high and low. I've looked high and low for them. What does that mean? Well, in this context, it means everywhere. I've looked everywhere for them. Now, this is an example of a binomial, which is a phrase of two words that are related and they are joined by a conjunction or preposition. Now, we Brits use them all the time in conversation. High and low collocates with hunt and search. So you might say, I've hunted high and low for my keys, or I've searched high and low for my telephone, whatever it might be. And this means you've searched everywhere for something. Does that make sense? Okay, I've got 9 more of these that I want to share with you, but before we do, I want you to download my free PDF worksheet that goes with this lesson. It's got loads more binomials and there are practice exercises. It's perfect for self-study, or if you're a teacher, feel free to download it and share it with your class. You can use it as a lesson. The link is in the description below. Oh, and by the way, guys, if we haven't met before, my name is Teacher Tom and I teach fresh, modern British English to people around the world who are learning about the language and culture of the UK. All right, let's get to our first binomial. Wine and This means to entertain and impress someone by taking them out for food and drink that's often very expensive. The phrase, to wine and dine someone. So you might wine and dine a romantic partner, or it could be a client from work. Let's put it into an example sentence. As part of my new job, I have to wine and dine clients. As part of my new job, I have to wine and dine clients. You'll notice the pronunciation there. I'm using a schwa sound on and. So it's wine and dine. Wine and dine. Can you hear that? Wine and dine. Say it for me. Wine and dine. All right, let's get to number 2. Up and showing great promise or that you'll be successful in the future. Up and coming. So you could have an up-and-coming sports star, a singer, artist, even a neighborhood could be up and coming. So one day it will be prosperous or successful. An example sentence, she's one of the up-and-coming footballers in her country. She's one of the up-and-coming footballers in her country. Number 3, toss and So this means to move restlessly in bed because you can't sleep. To toss and turn. To toss and turn. So this usually relates to a bad night's sleep. Maybe you're too hot, or maybe you have too many thoughts going on in your head. I think I've had both of those. So if you can't sleep, you toss and turn. You're rolling around, you're kicking, you're moving, you're just unable to sleep well. Okay, let's put it to an example sentence. I need a coffee. I was tossing and turning all night long. I need a coffee. I was tossing and turning all night long. If you can relate to this, let me know in the comments below. Number 4, dribs and in small numbers or quantity. This is a tricky one. Dribs and drabs. Okay, so it's a bit of a synonym of bit by bit. So for example, information might be released in dribs and drabs. It might rain in dribs and drabs. So starts a bit, stops a bit, starts a bit, stops a bit. Let me put it into an example sentence for you. People arrived at the party in dribs and drabs. So 2 or 3 people came, then another 2, 3 people came, then a few more, and then a few more. So not everyone came at once. They came in little amounts. So in dribs and drabs. Number 5, give or Give or And the meaning, more or less, plus or minus an amount. So we use this as an approximate amount. Give or take. All right, so let's put it to an example sentence. There are 8 million people in London, give or take. So approximately 8 million people. There are 8 million people in London, give or take. All right, number 6, back and The meaning, going to and from a place. The phrase, back and forth. Back and forth. This is a really useful phrase talking about when we're talking about traveling or going from one place to another. If you're in a long distance relationship, you might be going back and forth. Or if you commute from one place to another, you're going back and forth. Let's put it into an example sentence. My partner's been traveling back and forth to Paris for her new job. My partner's been traveling back and forth to Paris for her new job. Again, you've got that schwa sound, that weak form on and. Back and forth. Back and forth. She's been traveling back and forth. All right, number 7. Now or The meaning, at the present moment, because you may not get another chance. Now or never. In Latin, I guess it's carpe diem, seize the moment, seize the day. But in English, we just say it's now or never, right? Seize the present moment. So you either do it now, otherwise you'll never do it. An example sentence, it's now or never, mate. Go and ask her out. It's now or never, mate. Go and ask her out. We've all had those now or never moments, right? If you can think of a good example, let me know in the comments below. Number 8, short and This means brief but pleasant, nice, efficient, appropriate. The word is short and sweet. So I often think about speeches being short and sweet, or maybe you're staying with family and you keep it short and sweet. So it's short and pleasant. You don't stay too long. If it's a speech, you don't talk for too long so that people get bored. You keep it short, people enjoy it, and that's it. You're out. So my example sentence, the key to a successful speech is to keep it short and sweet. The key to a successful speech is to keep it short and sweet. Number 9, word for The meaning, exactly as written or spoken. The phrase is word for word. All right, so it's the same word here, word for word. And you'll hear that weak form there, word for word, word for word. So this is very useful if you're memorizing something or if you're copying something exactly. An example sentence, he'd memorized Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech word for word. He'd memorized Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech word for word. And number 10, spick and All right, the meaning, very clean and tidy, spotless. All right, spick and span. All right, spick and span. And again, that weak form on and, spick and span. So we use this to talk about a very clean room, house, place, whatever it might be. Example sentence, the Airbnb we rented for the weekend was spick and span. The Airbnb we rented for the weekend was spick and span. Now, remember, if you'd like loads more of these wonderful phrases, then you can download my free PDF worksheet, which includes practice exercises so that you can test yourself out. The link is in the description below. And if you're looking for another YouTube video to watch, check out this one that has 17 of the most British expressions ever. Click on the link and I'll see you in the video.